Well, we stopped here at Columbia. Right beside the Columbia Bridge, there's a little bit of a dig supposedly going on here. We're going to take a look and see a little bit of what's happening. I haven't quite figured out what's being excavated here yet. I'm going to try and see if we can come back sometime and get a little bit more information on this, but you can see the type of excavating going on here. Nice, well done holes, test pits. Nice pattern. Background, of course, you can see the Susquehanna River. Again, we're not sure if they're looking for prehistoric or historic or what they're trying to do. As you can see the location right off the entrance to the bridge. Well done pits. Well, if we were on a prehistoric site, I'd have a pretty good idea what that shape of a feature would indicate, but I'm not sure what it is here. As you can see, there's still going to be more work continuing here. Large area they have roped off to be investigated. So we'll have to come back and follow this up and see what goes. Well, we're back at the Columbia site, early September, and as you can see, the site's been shut down. We later found out that Steve Warfel was in charge of this exploration, and he didn't want any news made of it because of the fact that the public wasn't invited to be part of the dig. So we held off the video until now. Well, not much of the original work can be seen here. A lot of debris, but most of it appears to be much later. Did find a piece of what appears to be ore quartz, possibly from the prehistoric occupation of the site, but not quite sure on that one. This again was the site of one of the Wright's mansion, and the material that they found here was taken over to the original Wright mansion a few blocks away from here, where it's being worked and cataloged and recorded. So let's stop by the building and show you that. Well, this is the Wright Ferry Mansion. This is the original Wright estate from the early 1700s. And inside, during the weekdays, the archaeologists are busy working with the artifacts they found just down the street here, a couple blocks. Well, this is an interesting 2-volume set about the Wright Ferry Mansion. Not only does it describe the house, but in the second volume, it goes into some of the material that's found there, the artifacts, the period material, glassware, and ceramics. Very interesting set of books. The book even shows some of the shards that were found right at the mansion there, verifying the type of ware that was in use by the people living at the mansion in the early years.
A just completed archaeological dig has turned up some clues about a Lancaster County town's past.
News Edge Barbara Barr gives us our first look at the findings.
I'm cleaning a piece of slip-decorated red earthenware pottery that was found at the Blunston site.
In the basement of historic Wright Ferry Mansion in Columbia, archaeologist Steve Warfel and volunteers sift through and clean artifacts they dug up this summer.
Red earthenwares were the most common or ordinary types of ceramics that we see in the colonial period.
The dig took place in Rotary Park. The Blunston house stood here from 1726 to 1929 when it was torn down to make way for the Columbia-Wrightsville Bridge. Samuel Blunston helped found Lancaster County, and the artifacts say a lot about those who lived there.
These are people that obviously were well-to-do. They had the financial ability to buy the very best.
The Von Hess Foundation, which manages the Wright's Ferry Mansion, paid for the excavation. The Wright family also lived in the Blunston house.
It's very exciting because it confirms some of the things that we already knew.
You never know what you're going to find in an archaeological dig, and sure enough, a surprise turned up here.
These are just wonderful examples of the Shanks Ferry ability to make and create pottery.
Warfel says these pieces of pottery were made by a group of Native Americans known as the Shanks Ferry tribe.
It was an ideal place for a Native American settlement.
The artifacts shed new light on Columbia's rich history and will eventually be on display for everyone to see. In Columbia, Barbara Barr, News 8.
Visitors can also see the archaeologists at work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the Wright Ferry Mansion until the display is set up.
Well, now you can check out the findings of an archaeological dig in Lancaster County. The archaeologists began in May and finished the first week of August. They discovered thousands of artifacts during the dig at Rotary Park in Columbia.
One of the discoveries of the project, the true discovery that we did not expect, was evidence of Native Americans on the property that dates to as early as 2,000 to 3,000 BC. And that evidence was in the form of stone spear tips.
Unbelievable. Well, the archaeologists are in the process of cleaning and organizing their findings at Wright's Ferry Mansion in Columbia.